had such a productive day today. But before we get there, I'm going to rewind a few days. I got keys for my new car. The mechanic who had looked at my previous car looked at this one and told me that there were no mechanical issues and everything was in great shape. He mentioned that I would probably get a new car before the car stopped working. So that was such a relief because I had bought the car without getting it inspected. It felt really great to be back in the office. I was working from home, very grateful that I had the flexibility to do that on the days that I could not get to work. But there's just so many tools and things that I could only do when I was in the office. So I was really just feeling so much enjoyment in working with my hands. I am chiseling a bridge here with a sharp knife. I was a little nervous about getting this on camera because I am new at this and it is pretty risky. And as a musician, fingers are very, very, very important. It's a few days later. It's Saturday, and I am jumping into my productive day. My dear friends are moving in a few months, and while it was bittersweet, I was really grateful for a lot of things that they gave me, and that kind of jump-started me into the day. I love these coffee cups with the retro design and kind of the classic look, the salt and pepper shakers, the rooster designs on the plates. It was just such a cute ensemble. I really, really enjoyed receiving this. There is a tornado flood warning watch today, and I also am wanting to mow the lawn. Been wanting to mow the lawn but not wanting to for about 2 years now, and I'm just gonna give it a try. I gave it a try one time 1 year ago and then have just hired out, but I think right now I just have to get through some mindset shifts of recognizing that mowing the lawn is just part of the house chore, and I'm not really in a position where I want to be outsourcing that. I just want to conquer it because it's good exercise, it's fresh air, it's saving money. And my neighbor next door, she was mowing and she's probably younger than me. And then I saw a lady the other day mowing who was older, and then a coworker in their 50s. So I'm thinking this is probably something I should just learn and get over. And I hope it's going to work because I haven't really tried it. And I hope the gas is still good. But yeah, that's kind of what my plan is right now. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I'm 1 hour in. I don't know exactly, but I have a huge lawn. Look at this. See if you can spot my itty bitty lawnmower in the middle of all that green. It ran out of gas, and so I went in for water and to film this quick. That was so difficult. I am drenched in sweat, and there are so many uphill, downhill, corners, different areas to mow, and it was a push mower, and yeah, it was just really hard. I feel good, but man, I don't know if I want to do this again. I mean, every time I pay someone, I feel like, oh, I want to do it myself, but then this is intense. And now I have to clean this as well. Okay, I just showered, got changed out of my clothes. I'm still super red, I think because I'm really out of shape. And I was really grateful that it didn't rain. There was no tornado, no flash flood that happened. And my lawnmower did not get clogged, it did not break. I had enough gas. The gas that was old still worked. And I did accidentally run into a tree stump and it turned off, but it turned back on. Whew. I'm getting this huge rush of dopamine right now. I think because it feels so fulfilling to look at the backyard and be like, oh my gosh, this is attainable. I think when I first was considering it, mowing the lawn, probably like 6 years ago, it was just so out of reach. I've never done it before. It wasn't the way I was brought up. We also lived in Texas where it was very cheap to get it done. Just with, I don't know, maybe because it's so hot in Texas that people just really didn't do their own lawns and they kind of hired out. But here in the Midwest, as I shared earlier, there are people who do it themselves and there are people who pay, but I just felt like at this stage in my life, it was just something I wanted to do, and then it's good to be outside and exercise, and hopefully I'll get easier because I'll be in more shape, but then it might get harder because it might be more hot, and I'm just thinking like summer and humid and like mosquitoes and I don't know. But this time around I did save money and I feel a huge sense of accomplishment. I didn't know if I could do it, and I did. After all that hard work, I was ready for some food, but I didn't want to cook, so I made chicken nuggets and sat outside. You can see how it's like the calm before the storm. And these are the potato plants from, I think I showed you a few videos back, but they are doing super well. And I just checked the weather. It was kind of crazy, so I knew I was pretty much gonna stay in most of the day, but then I realized I should go and get groceries, so I did that. I think the mowing the lawn was just so helpful because it just felt like I was in this mode of getting things done and doing things. So I think that's kind of what made my day like this ultra productive day. I am racing the storm right now, and I've already accomplished quite a bit. Mowed the lawn, and oh man, that was so much work, but the high, like I did this, I don't know, probably an hour ago, and it was like I still have this like dopamine rush, like super tired but just feel really productive. And so I did the diplomas, and then I have so much organizing to do at the house, but I am thinking about needing groceries and kind of really concerned about my car. So there's a crack of 2 small cracks on the windshield that I've never really had cracks before, but now I know that they're kind of a big deal. And I asked the person who sold me the car, and he said that it's already been sealed, but there's a little stool here. I think I'm gonna grab it really fast. 1 second. Okay, I just went out, grabbed it, put it in my trunk. I'll show it to you later. I actually saw this when I was going over to my friend's house who is moving. So sad, but that's where all this stuff came from. And I saw it and I was like, ooh, super cool, but I didn't know how much stuff I was going to be getting over at the friend's house. And then I completely forgot about it, and then it's still there, so I just kind of snagged it. I think it'd be a good stool for playing guitar or just kind of, I don't know what to do with it yet, but effortless in the sense of it didn't cost me anything. Like, I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to go out of my way for it. And if I don't like it, I'm not committed to it. So yeah, I just usually like to do these things. And there are some things, for example, I think a few weeks back, I grabbed some Tupperware that I had it for a few weeks and I'm just not going to use it. So I'm going to donate that. So I don't know, it's kind of nice because I think it works for me because I don't like clutter and like to be very organized. But I could see that if somebody doesn't organize or has a tendency to kind of accumulate things, it could kind of be more of an issue. So I'm seeing other people mowing the lawn here. That lawn, the grass was like, the guy was mowing it, the lawn at an angle because the grass was so high. Anyways, that was another reason why I wanted to mow the grass today, because today's a weekend and it's gonna rain like tonight and tomorrow, which means the grass is just gonna grow taller and taller, and I wouldn't have as much time because like I hadn't done it before, so I didn't know how long it would take, and so it's kind of hard for me to schedule to do something if I've never done it before. And anyways, long story short, I'm just really glad I did it. And the fact that I'm still feeling really satisfied with it means maybe it's something I could do in the future. Like when I was mowing the lawn though, the last like 45 minutes, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I bit off more than I could chew. But when the gas ran out and I had to go refill the gas, I went and got a big swig of water. And I think it was super helpful just to take a break, even just for a few minutes, because I had been going nonstop for over an hour. But anyways, what I was saying earlier about the crack is I bought this car and it had these two little windshield cracks on it that the person said that it was sealed. Well, it's not sealed because the cracks are getting bigger. And I was reading online that when there's extreme temperature fluctuations, like when it's really hot and really cold, it's not good for cracks. So I'm really grateful that it's not winter right now where it would just drop at night. But they were also saying that when there's a lot of moisture, like rain, that the moisture can get into the crack, and then it can kind of, when the temperature changes, it can kind of make the crack expand and widen. And I think that's what's causing the crack to get bigger. So I'm just really nervous. I stopped by AutoZone today to see if there was something I could buy there to kind of do something quick. And they were out of stock of the thing that they normally have, which I actually had an order on that's going to arrive on Wednesday. But he reassured me like, hey, it's going to be fine. Like, you can last till Monday, which is when I have the appointment scheduled with this company that's just going to come out. But I'm really nervous because of the tornado and the thunderstorm watch. If there's hail or something and my windshield's already compromised, that is going to be a big deal. And I don't think my insurance has that. It just seems like a lot to be doing. I feel relief because I know that even though it is an extra expense, that it's not something like I had with the other car where it was like going to be thousands and it was going to be affecting the functionality of the car. I mean, a windshield is important, but you can still drive the car. But if the engine's not working or something like that, then you can't drive the car, if that makes sense. This week was an Aldi grocery haul. I usually like to rotate the stores. And oh yeah, here is the stool that I mentioned earlier that I picked up from the street when I was talking to you guys. And then I jumped out to grab the stool. All right, I'm gonna try to do a grocery haul because I haven't done one in a while. And I Went to Aldi's. It was, let's see how much it was. $36.37. I got corn chips, clementine, mushrooms, broccoli, bottle of Cabernet, vanilla extract. I'm really excited about that because the one I have is bourbon flavor, which is fine, but it's sometimes strong. Mac and cheese. I got tired of chicken, so I am trying out pork chops this week for meal prepping. Then batteries, so random, but I am low or out, so I wanted to have extra ones. Milk and potatoes, and that is my Aldi's grocery haul. It was really fun. I saw a friend who saw my post on social media about the carport sale, and then she went and checked it out and got some things, so it's kind of fun. It's like a small world. Hasn't rained yet, but I feel like it's the calm before the storm. I was so glad I got the stuff and the lawn mowed and groceries before it poured, because once it started, it has not stopped. I got into flow mode, and here are some of the picture frames that I got today, and I had so many areas that I improved, which was so much fun. I cleared out my room and got rid of everything there pictures wise, because I just didn't like how it was set up, and just rearranged existing photos and then added new photos, and then I created a photo collage accent wall in the living room, and also created this little moment on the other side of the wall, and then the guest bedroom kind of home office area. I put my diplomas up, which I have not ever put up before in my life, so that was kind of fun, and just did so much organizing. And then after that, I went through the clothes, so it was just such a productive day. And here's some clips of it. Maybe in the next video I'll show you when it's kind of brighter, because it's kind of dark and rainy whenever I was finished, so I feel like I didn't have as much. But that's the before picture, and then this is what it was afterwards. It was just so fun and calming and very mentally focused. It was just something that I like to do when I'm in a flow. Wow, that took so much longer than I thought, but it was so much fun, and everything just means so much to me. And I will maybe show it later when the sunlight is out, because now it's evening time, but I really love how it looks. It just feels so fun and colorful, but also personal, and there's so many good memories with everything that's on the wall. So I'll maybe explain it later, but for now, I'm gonna make some food. Now to look at laundry and kind of spring cleaning and a lot of the new things I got today. Bags and bags, so exciting. Thanks for coming along as I reorged and improved and decorated. So it all kind of started when I brought this desk up from upstairs. Felt like it really kind of tied in the room, and this was kind of the decorations I had before. And then you'll see later I added the diplomas and also tied in that French style. So I brought in that Eiffel Tower photo, and I have the other Eiffel Tower photo there at the same time. And then just kind of added the clock on that wall, kind of so it's more of an office corner. Then in the second living room, I created a little collage moment there on that side of the wall, and then did a big collage moment on the other side.